Hey guys, it's Kevin again, and this is going to be another classic movie review, this time reviewing a movie that I don't know if a lot of people know about this movie. I think they do, I don't know, I actually haven't heard a lot of people talk about it, but I really wish they do know about this movie, because it's a very good movie. And in my opinion, it should be a classic. It's a 1997 movie, it was released in 1997, and it's a mobster film, but it's not your typical mobster film, and that movie is Donnie Brasco. Now, Donnie Brasco, this was a movie that I heard about, and I heard it was a very different type of movie for Johnny Depp and Al Pacino. This was sort of when Al Pacino wanted to do different types of roles. He was tired of playing the same type of characters over and over again. He was tired of playing, like, The Godfather and Scarface. He was tired of being the lead. He didn't want to be the lead anymore. He wanted to play the same character, but he didn't want to be the lead anymore. So he wasn't the lead in this movie. Basically, he didn't want to be the lead. However, he wanted to still be a big part of this movie, which he ended up being a big part of this movie. And, so what did I think of Donnie Brasco overall? I love this movie. I loved it. I was so surprised by how much I love this movie. I mean, the acting was very good. Very, very good acting. Very good story. The plot is really amazing, this movie, which I'll get to in a second. But really, really great movie. And what I really like about the movie is that it's not your typical mobster movie. And I'll get to how it is not your typical mobster movie in a second. Basically, this movie actually centers on a real person, Joseph D. Pistone. Joseph D. Pistone, who he is still alive today. He is a FBI agent who, for 6 years, he went undercover investigating the Bonanno crime family. The Bonanno crime family, and basically he met up with, so he went with the Bonanno crime family. And basically, he calls himself, he has to, but in order for him to do this, he has to go under the alias Donnie Brasco, because he has to make it seem like he's an actual mobster. And he poses as this jewel thief from Vero Beach, and he's befriended by this hitman, Lefty, as he calls him. That's his name. He calls him Lefty, and he's played by Al Pacino. And what happens is he starts to get really involved in this life, that he starts to actually become Donnie Brasco even when he's not undercover. He starts to want people to actually call him by his name. He wants people to call him Donnie Brasco. He starts to act like a mobster. He starts to not care about his family as much, and that's basically what Donnie Brasco is about. And that plot's very, very interesting, and I thought that was very interesting about the movie. So yeah, that's basically the plot. Let's get to the acting. Acting in this movie, wow. Why did Johnny Depp and Al Pacino not get nominated for Academy Award for this movie? That just does not make any sense to me. Because in my opinion, this is the best performance I've seen from Johnny Depp. I don't care. I've seen a bunch of movies from him. I've seen Edward Scissorhands. I've seen Sweeney Todd. I've seen Ed Wood. I've seen a whole bunch of movies from him. This is my favorite performance from him because he got so involved with this role. It's my favorite. He was just so good. He very, very, very strong in this role. You could clearly see that he really actually kind of liked what he was doing. Even though he was posing as this guy, he actually started to like what he was doing. And it was cool to see that. It was also cool to see the family dynamic he had. You start to see his family. You start to see that his family didn't see him as much, which his wife understood what he was doing, but at the same time, I liked his family movie, but he did an amazing job. By far the best in this movie. Really, really great job. I especially love just the way he, I think he probably studied this guy a lot, because he was really, really good in this movie. I heard it's not exactly the same, but it was very, very good. Let's get to Al Pacino. Amazing. Oh my god, he has so many quotable lines in this movie. So many quotable lines. Like, he keeps telling him how to be a, I don't remember what it was called, but, he keeps talking about how to be in the mob and everything, and he was just a very, very, how to be a wise guy, and he keeps saying that, here's how you be a wise guy, and I always loved his speech in the movie. Very good monologues from his character in the movie. I really enjoyed his character in the movie. Of course, Al Pacino's amazing. He's always amazing in this movie, but in this movie, he was really, really good, and I thought he did a really great job. Then you have Michael Manson as another one of the mobsters. I thought he did a really good job. All the mobsters in the movie also very good. I mean, not too much else to say about them, but they were really good. The only person I think I'll talk about is Anne Heche as his wife, as Joseph's wife Maggie. Very, very good, because as I said, she understood what he was doing. She got a little bit upset with him, but I like that it wasn't something where, like, they were constantly fighting. I like that she understood what he was doing. She understood he had to go undercover. She understands she wouldn't see him as much. I like that there wasn't, like, a lot of fighting between them. I liked that happened in the movie. That was a cool... I don't know if that happened in real life, but I think it was a cool choice, the way they did that. Alright, so now I'm going to get to some spoilers for the movie. If you have not seen Donnie Brasco, I encourage you not to listen to the rest of this review, because there's some pretty cool things about this movie. First of all, the biggest thing about this movie, and I don't want to give this away because it's actually really cool, is that this is the only mobster movie that has one violent scene throughout the entire movie. I'm not kidding you, there's only one violent scene, and I think that's very cool because the movie doesn't focus so much on the violent aspect of it. Yes, they talk about it, but it's more focused on the characters. It's more focused on how to be a mobster. It's more focused on, like, the ways of a mobster. It's not focused on the violent stuff, which is cool, because most mobster movies are extremely violent, like Goodfellas, say things like Goodfellas, or, I don't know, just think of Pulp Fiction, a whole bunch of things like that. A lot of very violent, most gangster movies are extremely violent. This movie's not violent at all. There's one violent scene. Yes, it's graphic, but it's not even that violent. And I thought that was cool, the way they did that with that movie. I thought it was really cool. And then, of course, the ending. I love the ending to this movie. I thought it was a very good ending because, of course, as we know, they eventually told him, look, they eventually took Joseph away and said, look, time's up, because he was, his 6 years was over. And then after that, of course, that is when Lefty found out that he wasn't really Donnie Brasco. And I really thought he did a great job there. But the last thing we see of him is walking away, and then we don't see him after that. Was he killed or something? I don't know. I really don't know what happened to this guy. I don't think we do know, and I think it's best that they leave that ambiguous, because I think it's gonna be like, okay, was he killed? What happened to him? I don't really know. But then, of course, the ending, we see that he is practicing shooting and everything. You can see that he's gotten involved, and his wife's like, it's over now, come home, it's over now. And then we find out, presently, he actually still lives with his wife, in a very private life, because I guess he probably does that because he's now retired from, the FBI in real life. I think he retired after the 6 years, because he got too involved with it, and he didn't want to be involved with it anymore. So, I can understand why he did that, because, he definitely, he definitely got a little bit too involved with it, so I can understand why he decided not to do it anymore. Alright, so that's basically the only spoilers in the movie. Not too many spoilers, but I just want to talk about that. Alright, the director to this movie, Mike Newell. Very good directing in this movie. I thought he did some great directing. There was no scene that I felt didn't need to be in this movie. I thought it was definitely very, very well done. And, really, really great. I really thought he did a great job in the movie. This movie won one thing at the Oscars, and that was for Best Screenplay. And do I think it deserves that? Yes, I do think it definitely does deserve Best Screenplay. It was nominated for Best Screenplay. It didn't win Best Screenplay, but it was nominated for it, and I think it does deserve that because it's a really good movie, and it's very underrated in my opinion. A lot of people, I don't think, know about this movie, and they should, because it's one of Johnny Depp's best, in my opinion. I mean, it might not be his best for right now. The ones I've seen, I think it's his best. But I haven't seen What's Eating Gilbert Grape yet, or, some of his other movies yet. I haven't seen, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I haven't seen, there are a couple other movies I still need to see from him, but from what I've seen, I think that this was his best performance, because I just thought he did a really, really great job, and I really liked his character in the movie. But yeah, overall, I really love Donnie Brasco. It's a really terrific movie. I really enjoyed this movie overall. There's a lot of things that I really enjoyed about the movie. I also thought that they presented the story well. Now, it also takes place in the 70s. My only complaint with this movie is that I felt like we were in the 70s, but then there were times where I didn't feel like we were. I mean, they play a lot of 70s music. You really felt like you were in the 70s time period. But there were times where I didn't feel like we were in the 70s because they didn't really present it as much. But that's only a minor complaint. Overall, I love this movie. I thought it was a fantastic movie. I really, really enjoy this movie, and I really hope all of you go and watch it, because it's a really, really great movie, and I really hope you watch it. And in my eyes, it is a classic. Even though some people might not know it, in my eyes, it is a classic. That's my review of Donnie Brasco. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be for another classic movie review, so I'll see you guys for that. Okay, bye.